Are you or someone you know reluctant to ask for help to quit smoking because you believe you're supposed to be able to do this by yourself? Are you someone who's generally not used to asking for help? Have you tried to quit smoking before by yourself but failed? We're gonna answer all those questions in this video, so keep on watching. Hi, Nasya Davos here. In this video, I'll show you 3 reasons why asking for help in your quit smoking journey will benefit you, even if you're someone who's not generally used to asking for help. I want to show you why asking for help is the smart thing to do, and you can find help here or anywhere you choose. What I'm talking about here is the principle of asking for help, especially if you want to quit smoking and remain smoke-free. Now, before we get started, subscribe to this channel and hit the bell button so you can get notified when we release more videos that will help you on your journey. Listen, I believe everyone can stop smoking by themselves because we were all born to be smoke-free. But getting help is the smarter way to achieve something because you can succeed faster, with certainty, accountability, and support. So it's not a matter of if you can do it, it's a matter of how to do it in the best way possible so you can save yourself time and hardship. So there are 3 reasons why you should ask for help. Number 1, by asking for help, you increase your chances of success. Some people think that they started smoking alone, so they should be able to quit smoking alone. The truth is that nobody woke up and decided to become a nicotine addict without any external influence like peer pressure or ads. Even today, Big Tobacco, they advertise cigarettes secretly. They get Instagram influencers with millions of followers to smoke and vape in their photos and videos without saying it's an ad. So, viewers think that cool people smoke the usual things. There was an expose done on this topic by newspaper, and I will put the link under this video. I totally recommend it. So, that's what the tobacco companies do to get you to keep on smoking and stay addicted to any form of nicotine. So you're going against thousands of people whose only job is to keep you addicted, and they have billions in funding to do that. So why stand alone? Think about it. When do you think you're more likely to succeed? When you have to figure it all out by yourself, or when you're part of a community where every person learns from each other and helps each other? In our Facebook support group, we have thousands of people, thousands of members who learn from each other. They share what works for them. And just the fact that you know you're not alone is liberating and can be so helpful in and of itself. Because becoming addicted is a process. You went through certain steps and stages to become a smoker, and breaking free from the addiction is reversing that process. And that's what the CBQ method does with its 4 quit smoking stages. You first choose to quit smoking, then you change your mindset. In other words, you change how you think about yourself and life without smoking so that you will not fear to be without cigarettes. Then you change your smoking pattern and break the habit, and then you condition your efforts so you can remain a non-smoker. And you went through the exact same process. You went through the same stages when you became a smoker. You first chose to try cigarettes, and later you chose to buy your own pack. Then you changed your mindset and started thinking of yourself as a smoker, and you changed your mind about smoking. Then you changed your smoking pattern and went from smoking on social occasions to smoking habitually on a daily basis. And since then, you've been conditioning your mind and body to get used to smoking and to help you cope in certain situations. So becoming addicted is a process. Breaking free from the addiction is reversing that process. So what's easier, when you have to figure this process out alone, or when you get help? Of course, when you get help, because you can learn exactly what this process is. And when you do, you feel confident about what you're doing. And when you feel confident, you're more likely to actually do it and succeed. Now, the second reason why you should ask for help is that everyone can benefit from guidance. We think asking for help is bad. Culturally, that's a problem. We're conditioned to believe that asking for help means we're weak or not good enough. And this affects every area of our life, and it's especially prominent in our mental health. We struggle, we don't ask for help, so people suffer or feel alone in what they're going through, and this only makes things worse. The truth is that no matter how smart, successful, strong, or knowledgeable you are, everyone can benefit from help. In fact, the better someone is, the more likely they are to appreciate the value of help and ask for it. Think about it. Olympic athletes, golfers, boxers, people who are top, who are the best at what they do, they still benefit from a coach. They benefit from guidance and help. Everyone you can think of that you admire or look up to, they accept and have help from others, teachers, coaches, mentors, a support system. Because asking for help means you're smart and benefiting from someone else's experiences and perspective. You're benefiting from what others learned the hard way without you having to go through it. So why would you expect to quit smoking, to overcome an addiction, to take an endeavor that can change your life forever and not accept any help, especially if you have failed before? You are not supposed to know how to do this in the most effective way. Quitting smoking is like any other effort where there is a big difference between the right and the wrong information. There is a big difference between knowing what steps to take, what traps to avoid, and most importantly, to learn how to change your thinking about this addiction, what value you think it brings to your life, and what it means to be without it. You're not supposed to know this by yourself, so you can always benefit from help. And the third reason you should ask for help is, what is the alternative? I will explain. So we feel asking for help is our last chance and we want to sort of save it, because if we ask for help and fail, then we've exhausted all options and we are doomed. Of course, by not asking for help, we are stuck with our limited knowledge, our limiting beliefs, and we end up failing, which turns our fear of failure into a self-fulfilling prophecy. So I want you for a moment to think about the alternative when you don't ask for help, where you quit smoking all by yourself. So if you expect to figure it all out by yourself, you're basically subscribing to one or more of these scenarios. One, you rely on luck. You expect to just happen to get it all right, or hope that the desire to smoke will go away by itself forever. Of course, this is unreliable. Next, you rely on willpower. You expect to be strong and push through it. But willpower is wonderful to get you started on things, but it is not good to sustain you long term. I have a video where I go deeper into why you shouldn't use willpower to quit smoking, because our willpower is finite. Yes, you can resist smoking with willpower 1 to 20 times until something happens in your life that will require your mental energy. And in that time, you're not going to have enough willpower to deal with whatever it is that happens and resist smoking. So you're gonna give yourself permission to smoke. And maybe this has happened to you before. So willpower is unreliable for long-lasting change. And next, you rely on trial and error, which is by definition, trying things, failing, and getting back up and trying again. I've done this and it's difficult because it takes a lot of time. It takes constant motivation and maintaining your excitement and commitment after every failure, and while dealing with a lot of frustration. So relying on trial and error, it is difficult and it is also unreliable. And yes, there are people who quit smoking by themselves, but it's because they went through the 4 quit smoking stages of the CBQ method, whether they were aware of it or not, either by chance or trial and error, which is, like we said, unreliable. But when you ask for help, when you accept help, the opposite, you do the opposite thing. You rely on strategy instead of luck. You rely on something that has been tested and worked before. You rely on mind power and not willpower. Mind power means you change your thinking instead of going against your desire and suffering, which is when you're using willpower. And you rely on other people's experience and not on trial and error. You rely on the path others took, so you can sidestep traps and avoid the mistakes others made. Like, think about it. Let's say you're going on a hike. What's easier? Having to create the path from zero through the woods, or following a laid out trail? The second, following a trail. So if you want a path and a step-by-step plan, the CBQ method can help you. It is a path that millions of people have taken before you, because the way we created the CBQ method is that we modeled the success of happy non-smokers. We took what happy non-smokers did right and we put it in a method that everyone can use. And that's the CBQ method. CBQ stands for Cognitive Behavioral Quitting, and it is a psychology-based method. It's the same method that I talked about in my TED Talk, and it works because it has 4 quit smoking stages. These 4 stages take you from where you are now to a happy non-smoker, because they change how you think about and experience smoking. So if you want to start with the CBQ method, make sure you get the foundational video of the CBQ. In that video, I show you the 4 stages of the CBQ method, how they work together, and tips to get started with every stage. You can get the link below this video, and you're gonna get not only an overview of your whole quit smoking journey, but also a PDF starter guide for the CBQ method with tips and notes you can use along your journey. So get the video, and before you go, let me know in the comments, do you think it's important to ask for help? Would you ask for help? Did you ask for help? Looking forward to reading your comments. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you next time.